Hello everyone, my name is April Lynn and welcome to my channel, The Quiet Transcendence. In this video I wanted to discuss how do you know when the universe is testing you and what the signs are. I know that what I experienced when I am being tested, I noticed that things around me could just start to fall apart. Nothing is working right. You're meeting opposition at work. Some co-workers may turn against you, and they may try to get others to try to recruit them to be on their team against you. Your money could dry up. Your money well could dry up during this time. You could lose a job. You could lose your job. Or maybe you lost a job a long time ago and now you stopped working, and now it's important for you to start looking for a job and you're not able to find a job, and things can just get really hectic. You could lose some really close friends that you've been friends with for a very long time. And I just want to say that during this time, during this season of your spiritual trials and tribulations, some may ask the universe or God, why are you doing this to me? What are you doing? What did I do to you? This is not the time to curse God. This is not the time to curse God, the universe, because the universe is definitely preparing you for something. He is doing this for you. So the question would be, what do you have planned for me? Because it must be something great. If you're going through some mass destruction spiritually, I think the universe has some very special plans for you. So try not to curse God. Try not to curse anyone. I also want to mention that during the tests, elevation and loss, this kind of piggybacks off a little bit of what I just said earlier. But right before the universe is about to elevate you, the universe usually takes things away from you. That could be close friends, that could be romantic relationships. The universe likes to separate you from others. So during this time or this season, you may feel abandoned. You may feel alone. You're not. The moment you feel like you are alone, that's when the universe is right next to you. When you feel like you are talking to yourself and no one is listening, Spirit is right in your face listening to you and trying to talk back to you. So he's going to separate you. You're going to feel abandoned and alone. You may not feel good, but it is only temporary. But I will say, if you've lost any friends along the way, it could be for a very good reason. The universe could have very well saw some things in your friends that you did not see, or maybe you did see and you just chose to overlook. And the universe is saying, you know what? These people or this person cannot go with you to where you are going. The universe is getting them out of your life. And I think the most important thing for you to do is to pay attention to see how they react to this. They could very well turn on you in the worst way. This is a good sign that the universe could have very well saw this long time ago if you never saw it yourself. So just pay attention to that, and always know that whatever you do lose, you will gain it in a much better way. I can promise you that. If it was a romantic relationship, maybe there was some cheating going on behind the scenes that you never paid attention to, or that was just kept so in the closet. And then once the foundation crumbled, everything came to the light and you were able to see what was going on behind the scenes. Let the universe take care of you and give you what you need. And I just want to say that during this time of spiritual trials and tribulations that you're being tested with, these are seasons. These are seasons, so please understand they will not last. It will get better, so try not to be impulsive. I think it is important to know that, at least for me, it's easy to curse God. It is easy to talk bad about the universe and why is this happening to me and this and that. And it is good to know that this is the time to draw closer to the universe ever than before. This is a time to draw closer to God ever than before. When your bank account has dried up and it is low, this is a time to have faith. When there is no proof or evidence for anything that you've been doing this, you've been doing that, but there is no proof and evidence of anything, this is the time to draw close to God and have faith. When things just seem impossible, this is a time to have faith and draw close to God. Stay focused and do not give up. I know that it may be hard because you are going through some strong spiritual trials and tribulations, and it can be hard. But this is the time for you to ask the universe to help walk you through and out of this storm. This is a time to be loving, caring, and compassionate to others and nurturing to yourself. Because another thing is, during these trials and spiritual trials and tribulations, we can easily neglect ourselves because there's so much mass destruction going on with us mentally and in our outer world that we neglect ourselves. We're not eating right, we're not sleeping, and it is important to take care of ourselves. And I just also want to reiterate that during these spiritual trials and tribulations, these are not permanent. These are temporary seasons, and these seasons will pass. So it was important for me to understand not to make permanent decisions on temporary situations because you could regret it. So this is the time to draw upon the universe, ask for his help, speak to him, let him know what you need. I'm sure he knows already what you need because he's the one that's doing these things for you. So he knows what you need, but he would like for you to talk to him and draw close to him during these times. I want to say that what I've noticed during the tests is the messages. Now, it is important for you to pay attention to these messages, listen to these messages. And what I mean by messages is Spirit has a really good way of having you at the right place at the right time. Listening, to two people could be talking and you just happen to be there at the right place and the right time, overhearing a conversation. You may not hear the whole conversation, but you will hear part or a little small part of the conversation. And that little small part of that conversation may give you an idea that can help turn this or your emotional turmoil around. It is important to pay attention to the messages Pay attention to how people talk to you. Pay attention to the songs on the radio. It could be a song verse that's ruminating in your head that just doesn't go away. I know that has happened to me plenty of times. I can wake up in the morning and there's just this song that just will not get out of my head. And what I would do is look up the song lyrics. And once that verse or that one little line that keeps ruminating in my head and it gets closer as I'm reading the lyrics, oh my goodness, this is what I need to do, or this is what this person was trying to tell me. It'll be something like that. Pay attention to the numbers on the license plate, symbols, numbers like, okay, in numerology, 111. If you see 111, 111 usually is associated with manifestation. 222 is associated with balance. So if you're going through emotional turmoil at this time and you happen to see 222, that could be Spirit's way of saying, balance yourself, balance yourself. You could be upset, you could be anxious, you could be whatever you are going through at the time. You could be doing more for others than you are doing for yourself. And Spirit could just be sending you the number 222 as a reminder for you to balance yourself. You need to take care of yourself too. You are giving too much of yourself away and not taking care of yourself. Let's use number 333 as an example. So the numbers 333 is usually associated with creativity. So say like you may happen to be an artist. Say like you're an artist and you're drawing, you're going through a hard time. You have no job, you have no money, you've lost your husband or your wife to whatever problem going on. You lost some of your friends. Your world is just falling apart and everything is just bad. And you're just sitting in your living room and you're looking at TV, and all of a sudden a thought just pops in your head that says, draw this, or draw something, or paint something, a picture. Say like hypothetically you listen to this and you go into your creative room and you draw this thing, or you paint this thing. And after you've painted it, maybe 2 days later, you see something advertised that says, put your drawings or paintings into this museum, and the winner is linked up to X amounts of dollars. Say hypothetically you follow this, and if you go along with that and you enter your painting or your drawing into this museum, now you are the winner of the X amount of dollars. And say, hypothetically, this X amount of dollars could have been $10,000 winner. You have no job. You need the money. You have no idea how your bills are going to get paid. But because you listened to the message, because you went with the flow and you listened to the message, now you have money to start a new cycle with. Do you see what I mean? Listen to the messages. Someone could be talking, or you could be listening to a song on the radio that just keeps ruminating in your head. Pay attention to the messages, because the universe is most certainly trying to speak to you. It just wants you to answer it. And another thing that I want to bring to your attention is that I've noticed that once things start to come around, like that person that actually heeded the message to paint a picture, saw the number 333 and went ahead and painted the picture and entered the picture into the museum, suddenly opportunities just start to come in. Doors just start flying open. Doors that were so hard to open, you knocked on them and you knocked on them and you knocked on them and they never opened. Now all of a sudden they're open and you didn't even knock on it. But they're open to you though. You see what I mean? It's just opportunities just come out of nowhere. They come out of left field and they come at the right time. That's the universe. Another thing that I've noticed is that for me, I would get an increased sense of knowing. Like my intuition would just go wild and crazy as to I know what needs to be done now. Just like that artist that was sitting in their living room, got an idea to go and paint that picture. You just know what needs to be done. You just know that, oh my goodness, if I paint this picture, I know that there's something good or great on the other side of that's going to help me turn this situation around. Because you're going through mental turmoil at this time. You're going through spiritual trials and tribulations. So the most important thing is to focus on a resolution of how you can get yourself out of it. And when something pops up in your head and you follow it, oh my goodness, that's golden. Because the universe spoke to you and you listened. And not only did you listen, but you heeded what the universe was trying to tell you. And sometimes when I get this deep knowing, or something about my intuition, it's a gut feeling. You just know something. It doesn't matter how much I've cried, how much anxiety I've endured, or how many people I've lost, or how much opposition I've encountered that day. I would get this underlying feeling that everything is okay. And this is the reason why I've named this channel The Quiet Transcendence. Because transcending itself is a very intense spiritual phenomenon. It's not loud, it's quiet, and it's calm, it's peaceful. It's like the eye of the storm. In the eye of the storm is very calm, very quiet, very peaceful, while everything around you is a mess. It is turmoil. It is, how the heck do I get through this? That's what the transcendence is. It is a quiet awakening. You are transcending. But it is very intense. And I just want to say that if you've lost anything, if you've suffered great loss through the universal testing, Spirit has your back. Don't give up. Please don't give up. Because Spirit is doing this for you. The universe is doing this for you. He just wants you to know that He is at work. He sees what you need. He knows what you need, because He's the one that's working in your favor. I go through things too. I go through my spiritual trials and tribulations, and these are things that I have learned to do, and I've tried my best to master. I still have a long way to go when it comes down to mastering it. But this is the reason why I created this channel, is because the things that I am going through, or that I have already overcome, I want to share it with you so that it'll inspire you to do the same thing. If you are going through hard times and spiritual trials and tribulations, what has given me hope is looking at other people's testimonies. Go on YouTube and listen to the testimonies on there. People are going through hard times. People are in relationships with narcissists, and they're dealing with cheaters and things like that, or maybe while you're dealing with that, you lost a job, and then after you lost a job, then something happened where all of your money is now gone, and everything is just happening all at once. That is a true spiritual test by the universe, and trust and believe it will get better. It will get better. You have to just hang in there. This is not the time to lose hope. This is the time to have faith and draw closer to the universe. Okay? I'm going to leave it here. I would love you guys to join me in this spiritual journey as we are all transcending to a higher level. I would love for you guys to join me on this. I hope to see you in the next video.